The Canadian government is contributing up to $100 million to help develop and minimize the carbon emissions from BHP's new $7.5 billion potash mine at Jansen, Saskatchewan. Well, host of Real Ag Radio, Sean Haney, joins us now with the latest insight of the situation. And Sean, as always, thanks for your time here this morning. So why is the government making this big investment?
Hey, Jenna, great to be with you here this morning. So the federal contribution from the Strategic Innovation Fund was announced by Francois-Philippe Champagne, he's the Minister of Innovation, Science and Industry, as well as Marie-Claude Lebeau, who's the Minister of Agriculture and Agri-Food, as well as some BHP executives. You know, this comes at a time where there's a lot of political push, political will building to increase domestic production capacity of fertilizer in Canada. A lot of this has been really pushed to the forefront, even in the mainstream media, as we've seen Canada be one of the only G7 countries to apply stiff sanctions against fertilizer coming out of places like Russia and Belarus. Of course, Belarus is a major potash supplier as well as Russia. Canada's in that top four as well, so there's definitely an opportunity to increase capacity and really export around the world.
And what will the money exactly be used for specifically?
Yeah, so very large project, as you said, $7.5 billion. So the government's putting in $100 million. That's $100 million is a lot of money, but comparatively speaking to the total size of the project, it's small. The company said it will use the funds to purchase electric rather than diesel machines and other equipment that will operate with lower emissions. Remember, Canada is trying to push forward a 30% reduction in fertilizer emissions. So a lot of that has happened. It's an absolute reduction. So trying to do that at the production point is a key part of that reduction. So obviously the company felt they needed this kind of financial help and assistance to push them in a greener direction, so to speak. But lots of smiles on their faces yesterday as they made the announcement.
And Sean, why is this good news for farmers in both the U.S. and Canada?
Well, I think if we look at it from a North American perspective, the U.S. is just as concerned about things like potash supply. Saskatchewan is a major producer of potash, and the farmers in Ontario and Eastern Canada have been more so importing potash and fertilizer from other parts of the world. This is an opportunity to increase domestic production. This is not only good for farmers in Canada, but also the U.S., who will be able to get more potash production out of Saskatchewan by rail into places like the Midwest that are obviously heavy users of potash for corn production. So I think it's a good news story all around for North American farmers.
All right. Well, Sean, as always, thank you very much for your insights. You can go online to RealAgriculture.com for more information. Host of Real Ag Radio, Sean Haney, joining us. And you can catch his show, of course, on Real Ag Radio, which airs at 4:30 Eastern weekdays on Rural Radio 147 Sirius XM. And, of course, we'll chat with him again here on the Market Day Report tomorrow morning.